Hey, what's up? I'm BoneSickle, and this is Warframe on the PlayStation 4, free to play. And this video's kind of like the last one with a few key differences. I am fighting a different Bursa in this video. The last one was a Drover Bursa. This is going to be a Denial Bursa, quite a bit higher level too. It's going to be a level 61 as we progress through the False Prophet event on our way to get the Quanta Vandal. A couple of other key differences are that RJ teamed up with me in this particular game, and I am switched to the regular Rhino, leaving the Rhino Prime, getting a day off, I guess. So switched up to Tetsugen to leave Kenjin at home to hang out or whatever. And other than that, I am doing this once again in Morax on Europa, which was the mission that we just chose to keep replaying for this particular event, since it was a relatively low level Exterminate, pretty easy to run through, but it was high enough level that you need for the Bursa to show up. I think the Bursa only showed up if you were at least at a certain level. And of course this event has expired, but as usual I like to try and show a little bit of a variety of gameplay, hopefully just to get newer players interested and or players who may have once been in the game and left it for a while, knowing that Warframe is continuously being updated and it's completely free to play. Once again, so much content in this game to enjoy that you do not have to spend money on whatsoever. To get the most out of the game, you do want to have some extra Warframe slots and maybe some weapon slots, and those things have to be bought with platinum, which you can spend real money on. But you can also obtain in-game if you actually know how to play a while and collect things that you could trade to other players for platinum. So we found the Bursa here, and first thing we have to do is stun him, which I'm trying to do by drop kicking him. Bam! Drop kicked in the face hole, and that causes his hackable thing to pop out. That sounds weird, but it comes out momentarily and you can hack it. I use a cipher just to get it over with pretty quick, and I'm getting my butt kicked here. So I died. Yeah, I'm bleeding out. I got the Dex Furis, which was the second-year anniversary gift. Of course, I have not even been playing for over a year, and at this point I told RJ to just let me bleed out and I would revive myself. I want to point that out so that you don't think that I just have really crappy teammates who don't even try to revive me. That's not the case here. I do that a lot in missions. If I have revives, depending on the scenario and depending on what we're doing, depending on what else I plan to do within the server day before the revives refresh, sometimes I will just tell my teammates to let me bleed out. A couple of advantageous things about that, you know, sometimes you come back with a little bit of energy, brings your carrier or your sentinel or whatever you have back to life. So I'll do that from time to time. And once again, we are protecting the Bursa here. If you didn't know how this event worked, you had to find him, not kill him. We actually accidentally killed him the first time we encountered him, but he gets like higher and higher level. You notice that the enemies that I'm encountering are level 61 enemies, even though this is like I said, a relatively lower level solo map mission. The more points you score in the event, the more dangerous and higher level the Bursa becomes. So we have to keep him alive while he transfers funds. You notice it's transferring funds, and that's counting up to 100%. And once that happens, after a moment, he will go into another phase. And oh, that joker flash banged me. So 100%, and once he goes into verifying funds, our objective is to kill him as fast as possible, because the faster you kill him, the more points you score. And unfortunately, I'm shooting him in the front, but we try to get on opposite sides of him, so at least one of us can shoot him in the back, which I believe is where his weak points were or whatever. Last video, X-Wing and I killed the thing like almost instantly. That was a slightly lower level at the time, but score enough points and you get the Quanta Vandal, which is what we did. So that's a lot of fun. And I'm not going to show just the rest of us running around killing a bunch of enemies. I'm going to do some editing here. And I thought this was cool. I had to throw this in there. Come across this enemy glitched up here just running on the shelf. So I'm telling RJ, like, RJ, you got to get in here and check this out. This is nuts. And another thing you notice that they added with the most recent update is that now we have numbers for each member of the squad, so you can actually have waypoints. So whoever the host is number 1, which was me in this particular video. So every time I drop a waypoint, it's a number 1. That's really useful. It's kind of a shame that it took so long for them to put that in the game, but anyway, either way, speaking of using the Rhino, like I said, next couple of videos I post, I do have gameplay I want to show of Mag Prime and Mesa, and I think a video in the Loki Prime, but they just yesterday updated Rhino's moves on the PC. So perhaps the PS4 will get that in the next update. Of course, we will be getting the updated Excalibur moves, which actually, you know, like got rid of super jump and changed his moves around and gave him a new ultimate. But the Rhino just got a couple of changes, like the ability to ragdoll enemies when you do this move right here, Rhino charge, and a couple of other things. So that should be pretty interesting, hopefully, and look forward to getting that update and checking all that out. But that's been another you know, mostly meaningless gameplay. So thanks for watching the video, and check out the game if you haven't. Definitely, and that's all I got.